you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hi, Jay.
Mike, how are you, sir?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
A grievance has found me, so I'll get to that later.
Oh, no. Doesn't involve anyone in the room, does it?
No.
All right, good. I'm going to say I've been rather happy lately. Grievance has not found me.
Good.
If I think of one, though, I'll join you.
Okay.
E, do you have a grievance as well?
Not really. I was trying to think. Not really.
Okay.
Sorry.
A lot to get to today. You guys didn't watch 60 Minutes last night, did you?
No, sir.
Or The Simpsons, perhaps? I did not watch The Simpsons, but I hear they addressed Apu.
Yeah.
Remember that movie that came out
Sure.
about Apu? And
Loosely addressed it, apparently. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it sounds
but-
like they loosely addressed it, and they had Lisa do it, which was kind of a weak-ass cop-out. Somehow, I probably shouldn't have brought it up because I didn't see it either. But 60 Minutes was kind of weird. They had Oprah on there, and she did some stories. You know, everything she does now is race related, and it was about some museum that's being built about lynchings from the whatever 18 whatever to 19 whatever, and God, dude, they were showing pictures. They showed a shitload of pictures of black people hanging in trees, which was just like, holy shit. I mean, brought the whole thing like, oh wow,
Yeah,
it's
this
like,
is real.
Yeah, this really happened. And dude, seeing like 1,500, white folks in their Sunday best with their dumb hats on, standing around as some black guys hanging in a tree. It was just like, holy fuck, what was wrong with you people? And it's like, his crime was he talked to a white girl.
There you go.
Or
Asked her for directions.
yeah, he walked off the plantation without asking permission. And it's like, oh, cool. That seems fair. I'm glad he got the trial he deserved. And so they've got this huge museum. I kind of want to go see it, man.
Where is it?
It's down south somewhere, like
The
an
Museum of Public Lynchings.
something like that. There was like 4,300 of them that they've unearthed so far, and just details about them. And then it's like, this is the tree where this dude was hung, and so the family would go there and like dig up hand shovels full of dirt and put in a big mason jar kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got like these mason jars, like the blood of this person is in this soil.
Gotcha.
And then they've got these jars. I mean, it was fucking troubling to look at, dude. But yeah, just a real eye-opening look back at one of the least proud times in American history, to say the least, man.
Changing the subject. Everybody, please use our affiliate links. Please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com.
Don't forget My Pillow.
Click on them, shop away. It doesn't cost you any more. The key is, however, that you have to click through our links in order for it to work. Also, make sure you're shopping MyPillow.com for all your betting-related needs. Use TDC code for the very best discount.
I got My Pillow sent me one of those bed toppers.
Yeah, how is it? To
Dude,
die
it's
for?
like 3 inches thick. I mean, just
Sweet.
fall back in this thing, and yeah, it's awesome. If you guys haven't tried those yet, there's way more on the My Pillow website than you could possibly imagine.
I have not received a bed topper. I guess I have to order that. So
You should probably email them and say, hey,
Yeah.
Dawn, I'd like a bed top. What size bed do you have? You want me to order you one?
Queen.
Queen?
Yeah.
E, you've got a
I'm not getting
No,
one for
I've got a
myself.
list of shit, man. I want to get it. So.
yeah. And they're constantly coming out with new stuff. Just use the fucking code TDC, you goddammit. That doesn't end. TDC is the code.
Absolutely.
That's the key, TDC, because you'll see advertisements around for MyPillow with different codes depending on what channel it's on. No. Just ignore
TDC.
those. TDC.
That's
The
it.
Detroit Cast.
Yes, TDC. Just use that. Mike Lindell has given us a sweetheart of a deal. It could literally pay our bills for the year. So please use it, you sons of bitches. I got scared about AI again over the weekend, Jay.
Why would you watch?
I watched.
There's more and more of this shit.
Dude,
As there should be.
I watched the documentary Terminator: The Rise of the Machines over the weekend, where John Connor, this guy named John Connor,
Yeah.
is left, and these machines come back to Earth. This is apparently in the future. This documentary is set, but it does not look good.
It doesn't, dude.
There's this group called Skynet. If you've ever heard of them, you got to be on the lookout for this group called Skynet, because it's billed as a defense system for, it's based out of America, but it protects the whole world.
Sure.
And boy, does this thing turn on a dime, and then all of a sudden, AI is after our asses, Jay.
Dude, I've been watching, I've gone down the rabbit hole the last couple weekends a little
Isn't that
bit
fun?
on AI podcasts. And it's just, I've always been on the side of, hey, guys, we're kind of fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not good. This is not going to go well. But after listening to some of these guys, I am squarely on that side.
Are you really?
Well, because it all comes down to really humans getting together and agreeing not to program it in a certain way.
Yeah.
And when you've got incentive through ego or monetary gain to do it quicker and to be the first and maybe tweak it to help you out and not the other guys.
And let's be honest.
That's human nature, man.
It totally is. And let's be honest, not that many people understand it. And so it's easy to snow people like, oh, no, we got this shit. No, it could never do that.
Yeah.
It would never do that.
Well, the most interesting the response to that, who is it? Tyson,
Yeah, the black guy.
African American dude,
Mike.
physicist.
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, sorry, Neil deGrasse Tyson, right?
Yeah, Neil deGrasse, Mike Tyson. Yeah.
Okay. His whole thing is, look, if it starts to go awry, I'll just pull out a shotgun and shoot it. Figuratively. We'll unplug the thing.
Right.
As they've done, as these Go games, chess games have started to learn, and they go, oh shit, it's kind of getting out of control. Pull plug.
Hold on,
Slow down, poops.
Well, you remember, poops. Well, we all remember that robot that was asked if she would kill all humans, essentially, and
She
was
started
like,
freaking out.
That's one of our highest performing little YouTube snippets that we've sent out.
Really?
People are watching the video like crazy because I think they're like us and that they're going down the rabbit hole on this issue and searching for shit and finding more interest in it. But the response to Neil deGrasse Tyson's, I'll just pull out a shotgun and shoot it if it goes out of control. I heard a guy, Sam Harris has a big podcast, the Waking Up podcast. He had a computer engineer, computer scientist, whatever, on there. I think his last name is Yudkowsky is the way you say it.
Sure.
But he was like, look, that's ridiculous, man. Like, we don't know. Our brains are so infinitely just unknown. We can access just portions of it. We understand portions of it. If this thing can learn exponentially, what's to say that it can't talk us out of letting it out of that box?
oh, no.
Talk us into letting him out of the box, in
Yeah.
other words. And so this dude, Yudkowsky, did an experiment online where he was like, look, I, as a human being, can talk myself out of a box, and I'll take all challengers. And so this was a thing he did 6 months, a year ago or whatever. And the deal was people had to agree not to tell how he got out of the box, if he can get out of the box. And so
Is this a physical box or
no,
a mental box?
It's a mental box.
Okay.
Like, you'll let me out of the box. I know you'll let me out of the box. People will be like, nope, I'll take up the challenge. I will not let you out of the box. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I will not let you out of the box. And he got out of the box with virtually everybody who tried, and they're not allowed to say how he got out of the box, but he is just a person.
Persuasion.
Yeah, just through normal persuasion with these people knowing he can't hurt them.
Yeah.
But he was able to persuade them to let him out of the box. So his point is, dude, I'm just a human being.
Yeah.
And these things are just going to be so much smarter than us. We can't even fathom what might trigger us, what it may use, how it might
Threats
get
against your
itself.
family.
Dude, think just far beyond that. There could be
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that could just trigger hypnotically that
Yeah.
it could learn, whatever it is. We don't know what our brains can do.
Yeah.
And so to just go, oh, dude, if it gets out of control, we'll just pull out a shotgun and shoot it or unplug it, whatever it is really ignorant.
Ignorant. It feels ignorant. It sort of sounds like, we never did the story, but isn't there a Netflix?
That's what, dude, I was just going to say when Jay was talking about that, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, there's a Netflix show, and it's like talking people into committing murder or committing suicide. Is it murder or suicide?
Murder, I think.
Murder.
Murder.
And people were freaked out by it. But it's like, if you've got 10 people in a room and one guy on the fence, those 10 people can talk that dude into doing anything they want.
Yeah.
Eventually. And that's the point of this.
But
this-
that's just humanistically
That's
thinking
humans.
of it,
Yeah.
Think just eons beyond that, what this thing might be able to figure out and learn about us and do to us, knowing how our brains operate.
Yeah, and that's even going down almost down the Skynet thing where machines have taken over. My fear with AI is even worse, where you've leveled the playing field. Like, America is a superpower. You know, China is a superpower. There are certain, but you take smaller countries that can't physically, wipe you out. Well, they can do a tremendous amount of damage with computers. Look at what Russia is accused of doing and North Korea is accused of doing with our dumb elections. Imagine if they wanted to shut grids down, take out a GPS satellite, one GPS satellite in space, take it out. And when you some of the things we've read, and we haven't talked about it in a while, but like some of those Chinese satellites where it looks like junk in space, and then all of a sudden it like opens an eye and starts like creeping towards one of our satellites, and our satellite's going, why did that fucking old refrigerator floating in space just turn on? And what is his mission? What is he here to do? Mm-hmm. That's my fear, is that we've become...
I think that's different, though. That's different kind of than what I've been listening to and getting into. I mean, we're talking about, like, intelligence that's beyond what we can even you're just talking about the technology aspect of it. Like, in the short run, it can be really scary, even if somebody gets their hands on it. But
are these guys talking about like blowing up the world because of AI eventually, or
no? They're talking about how do we coexist? How do we get in front of this thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we as humans, you always talk about it like, oh, sure, we know the problem, but we never do anything about it until it's too late.
Right.
And like, this guy's one of his points was like, if you knew aliens were coming here to potentially, very likely destroy us in 40 years, like, what's the plan? What's the plan right now?
Oh, yeah, we don't have any idea what the plan is.
Yeah,
now.
so if you know this AI is potentially a very grave danger, what's the plan for it now?
Yeah, that's scary as
There's
hell.
There's no plan.
There is no plan, and they'll be the first to admit
not everybody's
that.
on the same page as to how careful we have to be about it, because, again, the profit motivation, the ego's involved. You got guys like Zuckerberg who are like, let's just churn this thing, see where it goes. And then you got other guys like Musk, like, dude, slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
This is going to be the end of us.
I'm with Musk on that one. Slow the fuck down. And
I mean, it is a foreseeable danger such that it could legitimately end the world. I don't think that's like, that you're going out on a limb.
No, I wouldn't say you're a
alarmist,
an alarmist, or some guy that's building a bomb shelter.
It really is that sort of concern.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. And you just have to look, like, you think of the technology that we use today, smartphones, and you and I think have an interview coming up soon with someone who's talking about disconnecting from your phone, and we just don't know the potential harm that this is doing to society, to ourselves internally, to our own brains, and smartphones have been around since, what, 2007?
I guess.
Like 10 years, 11 years? Like, it seems like an eternity that we've relied on. But look at how quickly we have, as humans, have come to rely on this technology for every aspect of life. And that's the part, like, where I look down the road, and totally different from what you're listening to, Jay. I understand that. But when I look at, like, the technology we rely on with everything we do, from banking to your gas stations to everything. You want to talk about turning with a flip of a switch into Mad Max?
Right.
Like shut that shit off and see how far we are. See how good we are. See how dumb we really are. When all of a sudden that we don't have access to everything we thought we did anymore. Like, dude, it's all terrifying to me. All of it is.
Yeah, we're very spoiled and very reliant. And could change on a dime.
People in Syria will do better than us.
Yeah.
Used to they already are. I mean, right? Isn't that there's places where they're not dealing with this stuff? It would be your point, right? I mean, there's people living without technology.
I'd still rather be here right now, I think, than in Syria.
I agree.
But, who knows what 10 years, 10 years down the road
Two more years here than 10 years there. Yeah. But
gentlemen, now's the time to contact Realtor Doug Steinerd. Spring is the perfect time to list your current home and to go looking for your dream home. Winter's over and real estate is moving. Contact Doug today, 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man, easy to work with, and he's a great friend of the show. Call him today, 248-765-1781.
Which one of us do you think would make it the furthest? If the flip,
haven't we talked about this?
Probably.
The answer is always me.
Is it always you? I don't know that that's true. I've got persuasion skills. I could find the right team.
Oh yeah, you'll like make people chuckle. Yeah, that'll.
Yeah,
people will be in need of that as you're, in Armageddon.
All right, I'll move on. Golf last night. the Masters, we had our winner, Patrick Reed. Looks a little chubby.
I know nothing of this guy.
Well, you're going to, because he wins the Masters, greatest accomplishment in his life. He's 27 years old. And it's like, Patrick Reed won the Masters. Hold on,
Here we go.
just in case.
Oh, I did hear he's a cocksucker.
You guys were
Yeah.
wondering. Let me just put these stories out here for you.
Yeah, he's like the second
Take
most
this
hated
in.
guy on the tour or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Bubba Watson's first.
Is Bubba? I like Bubba. I don't mind Bubba. Is he known as an asshole?
Yeah, apparently among golfers, they did some poll, like, who do you
Yeah.
hate the most or something.
Yeah. Bubba's kind of funny, though. I think of Bubba as like, didn't he have that hovercraft on the golf course? Wasn't that Bubba
I don't know.
rolling around in that thing? That was pretty funny. But anyway, his reputation is one of the most controversial men in golf. And his college career begins at the University of Georgia. So he's kind of around that Augusta area. Ended after just 1 year after he was forced to transfer to Augusta State University. During the short time he was at the University of Georgia, though, in case you didn't know, again, he won the Masters yesterday, but, fuck, that was yesterday, so it's today. He was accused of cheating on the course by claiming an opponent's ball that had a better lie than his.
What?
Boy, that's a ballsy-ass move, isn't it? Don't they usually have, like, their initial on the
Yeah.
ball or something?
A little red dot or something.
Yeah. He allegedly stole a $400 putter from one of his teammates. He got arrested for underage drinking, possession of a fake ID, and that got him booted from Georgia. So,
That's not that big of a deal.
yeah. Within weeks at Augusta, he'd been suspended for an unspecified violation of team rules. Reed was again accused of cheating by declaring lower scores than he actually shot, and was so unpopular with his teammates that they wanted him off the fucking
Are
team.
we sure he won the Masters yesterday? Like,
I don't know. I'd like to check that card.
I'd like to see those.
Take a quick look at that scorecard. I thought I saw him kick something from around a tree at one point.
Yeah, how many strokes would he win by?
He only shot like
Only
one
won by
under.
only won by one stroke. I
Wow,
mean,
wow.
Yeah.
Review the video.
I might have to. I'm gonna take this week and really rewatch the Masters again and see what I can come up with.
So it was during this time, when he's really unpopular and his teammates want him off the fucking team, that he meets this chick, Justine. She's a nurse. She becomes his caddy as soon as he turns pro in 2011. They spit out a brat in 2014. They get married in 2012, have a kid in 2014, and that's when she retired and her brother takes over as his caddy. It was his relationship to Justine that is reported to have driven a nice little wedge between him and his parents. Bill and Jeanette, who reside in Augusta, but were not invited to attend the Masters.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Your son wins the Masters. You're not even there.
Nor any other
Yeesh.
major tournament in which Reed has competed. He cut ties with his parents after they suggested he was too young to marry Justine. Bill and Jeanette did make it to one of Reed's tournaments, 2014 U.S. Open, using spare tickets given to them by a friend. But then they were spotted and soon escorted right out by
Why
security.
would you even want to go at that? I mean, I'm just saying at that point, why are you like worrying about like StubHub or you're buying tickets that your son, no matter what's happened, whether he's right or wrong, he doesn't want you there. What are you there to do?
I know nothing of them, but I think one answer might be that you're trying to, look like the bigger party, like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to go support our son. And
Yeah, you could see, it's your kid.
Yeah.
You could see, like, we'll sneak in here, but it's like Justine spotted him and was like, security, get them the fuck off this course. Threw their asses right out of the U.S. Open. That same year, Reed was in a little bit of hot water for using a homo slur at an event in Shanghai. And, he shoots a bogey on the first hole. Microphones pick him up saying, "Nice fucking 3-putt, you fucking faggot."
he called himself the
Called
faggot.
himself a
That's
fucking
interesting.
faggot. Yeah. I didn't know you could homo slur against yourself, but apparently you did. In 2016, the family feud exploded into public view as Justine decided to pen an angry Facebook note, which is always good. That's always good when your wife goes on Facebook.
Good problem-solving skills. It always ends up well, right?
Yeah, well, how could it not? You want to air this stuff, get it out there so we can all address it. And so she says, or anyone else knows anything about Patrick or I in our private lives, his parents verbally and physically abused him most of his life, abused alcohol, and would get into fistfights with him in the parking lot after bad rounds. Patrick was seen as a meal ticket, not my words, his. I love my husband. We have a beautiful daughter, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, none of you know my husband because no one controls him. He is a man who makes his own decisions. And his wife, I help make decisions for our family and our lives. We're a team. The last thing I would ever want for my daughter is to grow up in an environment like my husband did. This is no sob story. We don't have time for that. This is the truth. And if the media's perception of him is obscure, it's only because of his parents' doings. Who talks about their children the way they did and write about them in a book? They are sick people and need help. Time will tell all, and people are starting to wake up and realize what kind of people his parents really are. All of you should pick up the book, Breaking the Bonds of Adult-Child Abuse. Yes, there are actual books on people like this. I'm an RN. They are textbook cases.
What if she's 100% right?
What if she is? Yeah, maybe she is. However, Reed's own sister, Hannah, disputes that. It says she vehemently denies. There was never any abuse, mentally or physically, abuse of alcohol, or fist fights in the parking lot because he had a bad round. The fact that Patrick is allowing his new family to say that is insane. It is devastating seeing my parents hurt and suffer from what is being posted about them. She also said that he is a selfish, horrible stranger and not a brother to me anymore.
Well, see, she has reason to lie. She has reason to lie, too. She could be right with the family, wanting the money, wanting the meal ticket.
Yeah,
so it's hard to tell, I guess.
Yeah, but she's shitting on him. She's shitting on the meal ticket.
Yeah, but because she's part of this feud with the family. I don't know. You're right, I guess.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's a great
Fucking
place to do
people,
it,
dude.
Facebook, right?
Yeah. Speaking after his Masters win on Sunday, one of the reporters couldn't help but going, celebrating this win without your parents here, is it a little bittersweet? And so he's just like, yeah, I'm just out here to play golf and try to win golf tournaments. Completely sidestepped that. So if you were wondering, like, none of us really knew anything about Patrick Reed. Congratulations, on all this great success at the Masters. And so I'm glad we got a little bit of an update on his... Don't you love the media? I was reading some comments, and they're like, can you fucking assholes not go 24 hours without trying to destroy the guy?
I guess that's the big story on him, though, isn't it? I mean, he's like, if you don't know anything about him, like, hey, here's what you ought to know. Like, most of his peers hate his guts. He hasn't talked to his family in 7 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not just like a list of a rap sheet. It's more this
Yeah.
drama has been going on with him.
Yeah, I know. It just seems kind of. I mean, I would expect it. I'm glad they put the story out there. I'll be honest with you. I like the gossipy shit as much as anyone else. Anyway, well, I found some Mylar, Jay. So far, if you look over here,
Oh, good. This is the Broncos, the Humboldt Broncos.
the Humboldt Broncos, I found one picture.
Got a teddy bear with 3 Mylar balloons strapped to it, sitting on the ice.
Yep.
But mostly flowers in a circle. That looks nice.
Doesn't that look nice?
Yeah.
No, there is absolutely no Mylar in that ring.
Yeah.
That's at their home stadium.
It's all flowers. Very classy.
It looks better. I'm sorry. It just does. Mylar is overrated. It really is. Thousands of people, thousands of Canadians especially, had gathered at the arena there. They had to open up like the high school next door and the curling arena next door to get all the people in, because I guess the stadium only holds like a little under 1,900 people to get everyone there. Have you heard anything more detail-wise about the accident? Because
No.
that's kind of what I want to know. Like, why are we not hearing, like, whose fault this was or what happened exactly? Like, we're seeing a lot of tributes. Money is pouring in like crazy. They're over $4 million, probably $5 million now to support these families and whatnot. And the tributes are very nice. Sheldon Kennedy was there, former pro hockey player, who was involved, I didn't know this, but was involved in a bus crash of his own as a young, player in juniors, and 4 teammates died.
Yeah.
So I didn't remember
Yeah,
that.
he had that, and then he had all the sexual abuse by that coach.
Oh, was he one of those?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to those stories? That was like the Catholic Church shit for a while. Those hockey players,
Right.
kids going away with their coaches at a young age. And
Well, I guess there was one in particular who was hammering him, but
yeah,
he happened to be part of that group.
yeah. Justin Trudeau was out there with his kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he have to say?
Someone said, this is one of the worst accidents in
all
all
of
of mankind.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Justin. Thanks for that input. He actually didn't speak at the thing. He was just there with his
Probably
kid.
better.
Probably better.
Just
It's
there with his big head.
I thought the same thing. It was like you and your giant head and your kid with a stupid name sit there and do your thing. But yeah. But I noticed that there's just a lot of these people. Don Cherry was there with his partner. Is it Rob or Ron something? Who's the guy? Anyway, doesn't matter. But there was tributes around the NHL. The Chicago Blackhawks and Winnipeg Jets positioned themselves into a circle for a pregame ceremony, wearing jerseys with Broncos written on them instead of their nameplates. Both teams donated $25,000 to the Jets' 50-50 raffle, and then the proceeds will go to the Humboldt Broncos Club. Calgary Flames and Vegas Knights observed a moment of silence. Very helpful. In Boston, the Bruins turned out the lights for a moment prior to their game. It's very, very helpful. A GoFundMe, like I said, has raised over $4 million.
We all mourn in our separate ways, Mike.
Yeah. I would think if I was in the arena and all of a sudden the lights just went out, I'd be freaked out. You know, like,
I'm sure they won.
You think they
the
did?
Public address announcer said,
all right.
Yeah, they didn't
now
just
to
turn
pay
the
homage
lights
to
off.
the Humboldt Broncos, please, gentlemen, remove your caps.
As we observe a moment of silence and then the lights go out and it's just like pandemonium. Ah! Because that's
People
not some,
like you know, oh my God, the lights!
oh my God, I heard a gunshot. It's terrorists. No, I've never heard of that before. We're going to turn off all the lights? I mean, you observe
Yeah,
a
I
moment
know.
of silence, and then that goes for, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds before some idiot screams.
Woo!
Yeah, and then everyone's like, yeah, I bet that was enough of silence.
Yeah.
We do have the names of the kids, and I don't need to go through the list of names, but I'm
Logan's, Connors,
always struck because
Lucas's.
you're the one that pointed this out, and so we've got
Trevor. Is there a Trevor?
we've got a Darcy, Logan, Jackson, Logan, Tyler, Brody, Connor, Xavier, Jacob.
Dude, there's not a single name in there except Darcy.
Darcy's the head coach, by the way.
Okay.
He's older.
There's not a single name of those kids who if they were named that name when we were kids, that would have been fucking weird, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes. I know, right?
Like if you knew a Trevor, a Connor, a Jackson, that would
Brody.
have been fucking weird as a kid.
Yeah, I know. One of the Logans, they pulled him off life support Saturday night, and he's donated a bunch of organs. They harvested his organs and gave them all away. Ron McClain is who I was thinking of with Don Cherry. Don is there with the typical Don Cherry getup.
The window pane suit, just
Yeah.
looking weird.
That
High collar.
High collar, just button up tight.
Still doing it, huh?
Yeah, he's still doing it. But the reason I bring it up is because there's really nothing new in this except how much more money the GoFundMe has accrued. But
Wasn't it just reported as a head-on collision with a semi?
yeah, but somebody's at fault for
Sure.
a head-on collision. I feel
Is that
like
going to change the story, Mike?
well, yeah, I'd like some
You going to
details. as
donate
to-
less?
No. I'd just like some. I would think we would have more information about what happened here. Was someone speeding? Was someone drunk? Did someone look at their iPhone and swerve to the other lane and take this bus out?
They'll come
Was it
out.
the bus's fault?
Yeah, they'll report on that.
think
Don't worry. You'll get that information.
You said the same thing about Vegas.
Yeah,
the
and
Vegas
it's-
shooting.
And what did they do a couple weeks ago? They released the closed circuit TV, which showed the guy loading up guns just like I said he would on the
Yeah.
fucking cart 8 times and taking them up to his room.
They didn't. They haven't said enough. They haven't shown enough yet, in my opinion. Star Wars.
Yeah, Han Solo, second trailer, right?
You excited?
Of course I am.
It's coming up quickly, man. Are you going to be there?
It's May.
Opening weekend, May 25th.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll get in there quickly after that, if not.
May? That's so long. Oh, no, shit.
Jesus, it's like a month away. You'll be
I think
okay.
I saw the snow outside and got fucking confused. Seriously.
Do you know The Last Jedi is out already? Like, we bought the DVD 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
something like that, and watched it.
Yeah.
Like, they hustled that thing out, probably to get everybody primed for the Solo movie, right?
Well, I was surprised I saw on HBO over the weekend when I was watching that documentary on Terminator: Rise of the Machines. Wonder Woman is already on HBO,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I watched that.
What'd you think? Was I wrong? Was I wrong?
I was trying. Here's what I was
right,
doing.
you're
dude.
trying to watch it, right?
No,
Just be objective and
I was
go.
I was trying to watch it, and I was trying to figure out at what point you and Gab went, all right, I'm out. I was trying because I was about halfway through, and I'm like, I wonder if Jay is still
I was
in
gone
the theater.
by halfway. Fuck
Were
no.
you?
I was gone when
'Cause
they
it was-
started showing that mad scientist lady.
Oh, with the face
Yes, as soon as they got there, I'm like, done.
thing? Really?
I
That's
stuck.
where you bailed?
Dude, I hung in a while, man.
Yeah.
Again, out of complete respect for the dude who bought me the tickets. I'm like, I can't in good
Not
conscience.
complete
just-
respect. You would have.
That's
if it
the
was
only
complete
thing that kept me
respect-
in there. That's the honestly. It was like, dude, if I bought somebody tickets, I'd be fucking offended if they walked out.
Which
So I'm
you
like,
did.
I know, I tried.
Like halfway through.
I
You just
tried
said
my
not even
best.
halfway through. So that's not complete respect. It's mild
The
respect.
only thing that kept me in there more than 5 minutes was respect for this guy.
so
That's
you didn't.
it, man. I knew within 5 minutes that thing was a fucking abortion.
Yeah. People loved it, by the way.
Well, people are wrong a lot,
That's true.
in my opinion.
I didn't understand. So did you get to the point where the? Well, yeah, you would have gotten there where Chris Pine flies through their invisible shield
No.
on the island.
Oh, right,
the
right, right.
invisible island.
Oh, yeah, the World War One.
Yeah.
plane.
And it's like, well, if this invisible island is here, it seems like other people would have swum.
Ah, it's out in the middle of nowhere, man.
Okay, well,
You know, air travel wasn't what it is now.
people. But when I took issue with you bailing when you did, I was like, Jay, everyone said like you won't believe the second half of this movie. You did yourself a disservice because that movie catches fire, and
Did it? Yeah. When did it catch fire, Mike?
part two, hopefully. I don't know, dude. It's
Not good, right?
it suffers from the same thing that all of those do, where if you grew up watching the original Christopher Reeve pre-wheelchair, you know, if you watched Superman
He
in
was
those days,
a believable Superman before he got
Yeah.
disabled.
Yes, before the horse accident, Superman. If you watched those, they had to deal with real fight scenes and real things because they didn't have CGI. And the amount of times the CGI in these movies, it's just unwatchable to me.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you're just exploding through cities and fighting through buildings, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, some left hook takes the guy down.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, you just punched him through, I don't know, 14 miles of cinder block, and shot him with something, and now all of a sudden, you got angry and a punch knocked him out and destroyed. Like,
Yeah, I can't put my finger on what it is, why I don't like superhero stuff. I think it's just I don't feel connected to the genre. Whereas like I love like Lord of the Rings and that sort of fantasy stuff. I'll watch that shit and I don't care that it's CGI'd, and I like Star Wars obviously, but for some reason superheroes just, I mean, unless Gleek's on the fucking screen, I'm not watching it.
yeah,
I just don't. I didn't read a ton of comics when I was a kid.
yeah.
And I don't feel I don't feel a need to know the origin story of these superheroes. I think a lot of people do, though. I think that's what attracts a lot of people to, like Solo. A lot of people go, "What the fuck do you want to see like a movie about Han Solo for?" Well, I'm interested to see where Solo came from.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
he's
what
just kind of
that's what-
there. He's just kind of.
That's what people. That's how people respond when they hear, "Oh shit, man, Wonder Woman! Fuck, you get to learn the whole origin." And
But did we not know the origin? We knew part of the origin story to Wonder Woman before that from the comics, right?
On film, like
Like we didn't know. You didn't know the Solo backstory, origin story until now. They're making it now. Like, did you like any of the Batman movies? Because those were really popular.
Dude, I like the one with Michael Keaton. You know, like that was the one I got excited about, like back in '88 or whatever that was. When
Was that with
Prince
Jack?
did the soundtrack? Jack was the Joker.
Yeah.
that was one I got excited about.
Did you
and
like
then
the-
after that, I didn't know. I kind of
Heath
gave
Ledger
up.
as the Joker.
You know, I saw that. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
See, to me, it's all
I guess
about.
if I have to pick one, I'd pick Batman.
Yeah, the Dark Knight one.
Yeah.
I liked that one too because the plot line was there. You had more of a plot and more of a backstory on the Joker, which I thought was cool, and I thought he played that part really well. But so many of these, they just rely on, look what we can do with the computers.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we get it. We know you can
Yeah.
do anything, virtually anything.
Yes.
And so we're not impressed by that anymore.
So if you want to have your guy fly into a planet and punch it and have the whole planet explode, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do that, I suppose. It just seems kind of silly, but
Honestly, like one of the most impressive scenes in The Last Jedi to me was the absence of sound during that one scene where, spoiler alert, the woman went light speed through the Star Destroyer. And remember that impact, and the sound just went away. And it was really impactful because you were used to all this battle sound and everything. Then it was just silence. And then boom, you know, and this visual. And it's like I think movies have to go there more, like more sensory.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
it's just,
cool.
And it makes me think of the one that just came out this weekend, A Quiet Place. John Krasinski,
Oh
the guy
yeah,
from The
it's
Office.
killed too.
My Russell saw it, and he said it was so weird because it's like silence the whole time.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
creeps you out, just the silence of it.
Oh, that they said that scene of her giving birth in the bathtub will go down in cinematic history.
Trying to stay quiet.
Trying to stay quiet while you're giving
Yeah.
birth in a bathtub, because I guess the plot is the creatures.
Yeah, there's these aliens, I guess, who can't see for shit, but their hearing is
Yeah.
unbelievable. So you walk on pins and needles all day long, and you don't
make a
squeak the
sound.
floor, you don't roll die on the Monopoly board. You know, you're just silent as shit.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you make a noise, man, they're on you.
Yeah. And so imagine having a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and a newborn, and
Yeah.
you're trying to get them to be quiet at all costs. That movie did really, really
Yeah, it
well.
did. I guess
Like,
he wrote it, directed it.
Yeah, and his wife, his actual wife,
Yeah,
plays his
Emily
wife.
Blunt.
Yes, plays his wife in the movie. They had someone else cast, and then she read it and was like, "Okay, fucking fire that bitch. I need to play this role."
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I want to see that too. That does look really good and different.
Yeah.
More than anything, totally different.
Yes.
I mean, how do you make a movie basically without a script?
Yeah,
But,
and Russell was trying to tell me like what it was about, and he wanted to name the main character. He's like, I don't even think they said his name. You know, he's just like the guy from The Office. He did this,
yeah,
this, and this.
Yeah, John Krasinski.
It's different.
So anyway, should we look at? I have purposely not watched Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Dude, it's a
the new
typical trailer, and that you'll be excited by it mildly, and they'll, you know, you won't see full scenes of anything, and that's the trick to it, right? They
Yeah.
show little pieces of characters and so forth to get you excited. You'll see Chewie does a little bit of a reveal here.
Chewie, yeah, the big reveal is what, his age
Yeah.
or something. I also read in the story they say that he kisses another Chewbacca as if like a wife, and I was like, oh no, are we going
Gross.
back to that special, the holiday special?
Oh my God!
You know, where he's got a family and kids and shit. Are we revisiting that era?
Please don't.
All right, let's check it out for a minute here. God, those sounds are so familiar to the Star Wars universe, aren't they?
You're after something.
That's
Is it
dope.
revenge?
He's got his blaster that we all
Money.
know and love. There's Lando.
Or is it something else?
My boobs.
You look good.
God, I love
Rough
her.
around the edges, but good.
Amelia Clark.
Heard about a job. Big shot
Woody.
gangster putting together crew.
I'm a driver, and I'm a flyer. I waited a long time for a shot like this. What do you think? No, what do you know?
You got a line on a ship?
Yeah, I know a guy. He's the best smuggler around.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true. Everything you've heard about me.
So that's Lando, young
It's true.
Lando.
L3!
Let go of the mean man's face.
Who are these guys? If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
You might want to buckle up, baby.
Here they come! Let me give you
Kind
some
of train.
advice.
I like that trade.
Assume everyone will betray you, and you will never be disappointed.
I got a really good feeling about this.
Since when do you know how to fly?
190 years old? You look great.
Ah, Chewie.
Push it! So glad we took this job!
He saves Chewie's life there.
Yeah. So you know, typical trailer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See little pieces. Still quite unsure of the story, but you get the
Yeah.
idea.
Amelia Clark, Game of Thrones. I've seen her
Oh, okay.
titties, her
Really?
ass. Spectacular. So it's nice to see her, even though fully clothed here. I can still picture her as the dragon mother,
Gotcha.
mother of dragons. You know, who, when, you know, she's in a burning building, it will burn her clothes off.
Oh.
And she'll come out, and it's
Unscathed.
like, yeah, maybe you can find a picture of her just to show Jay really quick. So you can, just for full context, when you see the new Star Wars, you go, oh, yeah, those titties. I remember her.
Lots of scenes of the Millennium Falcon. Lando, obviously. Did you catch Solo's line? I got a really good feeling about this. Of course, that's contra to what he's always said throughout the other movies.
Bad feeling about this. Yeah. So just do Amelia Clark nude, dude.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. Well, here's this. Partially nude, I suppose.
No, not
that's
even
clothed.
That's like you could wear that anywhere. That's fully clothed.
You could go to school in that.
Yeah.
Your nips wouldn't even show through.
You
You wouldn't even have to
go
wear
to-
Band-Aids
I don't
under
think
that.
you would go to
No
school
nurse
in
is
that.
going to give you 4 Band-Aids.
Oh, here she is getting doggy
See.
style, I suppose.
Yeah, see, that's closer to nudie.
That's her?
Yeah. And those titties don't look quite as good there. There's better nudes of her. Of course.
The Dragon Queen, huh?
Yeah, the mother of dragons.
Oh,
She's
okay.
got 3 baby dragons. And these poops fly around and they burn things. They're so cool. No one had seen dragons for a long time.
Thought you were against CGI, Mike. Or are these real dragons?
They're real dragons.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
they're great actors. Tremendous actors. Jesus, you can't find more nudes of Amelia Clark?
I mean, I don't know that any better than the one I just showed you.
Hey, Zott Ford, they have a fabulous opportunity for you. Because of Zott Ford's growth, they're expanding their team. Salespeople, auto technicians, and service advisors are a few of the available opportunities if you're ready to make a substantial income, and I mean substantial, with excellent benefits and perks. Plus, have fun and enjoy coming to work. Go to ZottFord.com and click Join Our Team. Choose your job, submit your application, or if you have dealership experience, pick up the phone and call Gabara directly at 248-215-5102. He'd love to talk with you. I don't know. That's the best picture.
I know. The problem with her, the problem that I had too, was after being, this is like her first big role, you know, and she's nude every episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to be nude anymore. And she's going back and it's like, it just shows now you
She's
watch
a
it.
serious thespian now.
Ugh, stop it. You should totally be nude right now. And she's not anymore, which pisses me off to no end. See, Laura Ingraham comes back tonight, Jay. Are you excited for...
I haven't watched them in a long time. So.
Yeah. I'm glad that she's coming back. This is the Fox News host that was at war with David Camera Hogg for a while after he got like 19 of her sponsors dropped.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just so glad. I don't care. I don't really watch her show either. But I'm very glad that the company stayed with her. And it's like, she's on vacation. She will absolutely be back Monday.
Yeah, I always bought the fact that she was on vacation. It was Easter week, man.
Yeah.
She's
I know.
got little kids. She's hardcore Christian.
But isn't that when Bill O'Reilly, didn't he have a planned vacation for a week and then he never came back?
I suppose.
But his was way, I mean, he had sexual assault. Like, trying to compare the two is absurd. So they said that there was an average of 14 and a half minutes of ads until the hog controversy. That dropped to 8 minutes, 45 seconds the first night of the boycott and roughly 7 minutes the second night. So she got strong support from her boss. And so Hogg has come out and said it's time to love thy neighbor and not mudsling at children.
Yeah, no, he throws out that's a backhanded bullshit statement, love thy neighbor, because she is Christian and she put something like, you know, during this Holy Week, I think I've reflected on this and it's probably better for me to step back and just you know, not inflame this between us.
Right.
And so that's him being a cocksucker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of
One to
course.
mudslinging at children,
Yeah.
referring to himself, as
I
you
know.
guys have said. He's not a child at this point.
One
Either
foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
Yep. The other thing that pisses me off when this story exploded was when she told LeBron James, who is I'm sorry, he's a brilliant basketball player, probably the best to ever live.
Shut up and dribble the ball. was
Shut
the
up and
quote.
dribble. It was like, oh yeah, you tell the dumb black athlete that all he's good enough to do in life is dribble a basketball. It's like, no, that's what his expertise is. His expertise is not in the political arena. You know, and when you hear him talk, it's very, very clear that his expertise and his studies are not in the political field. So it's very easy to go, hey, man, you know what? How about you shut the fuck up and dribble your basketball? That's all she was saying.
Yeah.
And that has been turned into this belittling an African American. They're not smart enough. Blah, blah. And if you're, you know, I don't give a shit about Laura Ingraham. I don't care about her fucking family or her beliefs. I don't care. But let's be honest about it. That was a reference to, if you're being honest about it, that was a simple reference to her book from 2003, Shut Up and Sing, which is about all the musicians coming out with their political opinions.
Right.
That was the point to Shut Up and Dribble. It was a simple play on words to another book she made. But no, we can use this to make it seem way more devious and diabolical and sinister. And it's just a fraud. It's just a fucking lie. The cool thing about this story, though, to me, and while I can be as infuriated watching Bill Maher's show as anyone, I will give Bill Maher this. He does have those moments where he knows what's right and he knows what's wrong, and he stood up for Laura Ingraham this weekend on his show and said, you know, even though Laura Ingraham has been a deliberately terrible person, the young gun safety advocates have to expect criticism if they're entering the public arena, and they should not target advertisers. Hogg complains about bullying. That's bullying. I've been the victim of a boycott of sponsors. I lost a job once. It is wrong. He called it an end run to the First Amendment. Because people are like, well, your words have consequences. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, look, I understand that. This is an end run to an attack on the First Amendment. That's all this is. When you go, I don't agree with you politically.
Shut it down.
So I'm going to use all my fucking weapons out there to get support to attack your sponsors. He's right. It's an end run to the First Amendment, a run around to the First Amendment. And remember when his show got fired? Do you remember what that was about with Bill Maher?
I don't. I vaguely remember the issue.
It was the first go around with Politically Incorrect. I believe it was on ABC at the time before HBO, and it was canceled. And it was shortly after 9/11. I want to say it was 2002, but people were, and I remember this a lot. People were in the media going, the cowards, you know, what cowards these terrorists are, flying into buildings, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Bill Maher went on his show and went, you know, call them assholes all you want, but I don't know if coward, you know, I mean, they're taking a belief that they have, as fucked up as it may be, hopping into a plane and flying it into a building. That doesn't sound very cowardly to me. And people were outraged. How dare you say anything that's not, you know, towing the company line of what these people are. So that cost him his show and sponsors and all that stuff. So he kind of takes this stuff personally. But I was glad to see. Well,
he's part of the industry, man. He'd be a fool not to take that stance, right?
Well, there's plenty of people in the industry
who aren't speaking up.
Yeah, who won't speak up and are just fine. Because the fact is, there aren't many on the right who are going to call for boycotts. I mean, maybe they're starting to do it more now as a pushback to the left, who's been doing this forever. But
well, I guess tonight we get to also look forward to Sean Hannity and his response to Jimmy Kimmel, right?
I might have to TiVo that.
Are those two on like back to back, or how does that work? Laura Ingraham and Hannity.
Yeah, it's Tucker, and then Sean, and then Laura.
Wow, what a trio! I'm tuning in tonight.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, what did it used to be? O'Reilly, and then Tucker, and then Sean, or Sean after O'Reilly, and yeah, I don't know. Tucker, I wish Tucker would get back to just beating up liberals again, like when he'd get some student on who was like, oh my God, I should go to school for free. College should be free. And then he just murders them, and they get that look on their face.
And he's got that quizzical look on his face.
That dumb quizzical look. Like the Tucker look.
Yeah.
Huh? No, I really want to know. Can you explain how that works? Huh? But he hasn't been doing that as much lately.
What is he doing?
Yeah. What is...
Wasn't that his whole shtick?
You know what their game has been lately when I watch these people? CNN is attacking Fox all night, and Fox is attacking CNN.
Jesus Christ.
So they're calling out the hypocrisy of both. It's like, would you guys get back to reporting the own news instead of worrying about what fuckface is doing down the TV dial?
So far beyond
it's
reporting
just
the
WWE,
news.
man.
It's
like,
yeah,
honestly, when you say that, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like just fucking
People
interviews.
People are so over interested in politics right now that's what this has become. It's, as E said, WWE. We had WrestleMania last night.
Oh, congratulations, E.
Yeah. Was that fun?
Ooh.
You know what's funny? I will say this, not funny, but what's interesting to me is, and I'm not a big wrestling snob, so I'm sure some people have different opinions.
Dude, you're a subscriber. You pay.
Yeah, but there are people that get so nerdy about it. You don't know what match is a good match. Whatever. Fuck that. My favorite matches last night involved the women's championship and
Ronda Rousey.
And Ronda Rousey. Her match with Triple H and his wife was fucking way better to me than the main
it
event title
Stephanie?
match. Yeah, Stephanie.
Not Elizabeth.
No.
What was the main event?
Main event was Brock Lesnar versus this Roman Reigns guy.
Wait, what about John Cena and The Undertaker?
Ugh.
John Cena's been talking shit for weeks,
Oh my
dude.
god. Give me a fucking break. Ridiculous. And
I heard
here-
it was a 4-minute match and people were pissed.
It was terrible, dude. It was very audible last night at a few different times, and the crowd chanting like "this is boring," including the main event. And I know you guys don't never really give a shit, but you have your champion, who's Brock Lesnar, who's been a champion for a year now, and he's basically not even on a TV show. Like, so it's like I don't know how he wins.
Brock Lesnar, it seems like he's old now.
Yeah, he's older, I guess. I don't know, but yeah,
Is he the one who started out as a real Olympic wrestler?
No, that's Kurt Angle.
Oh.
But Rousey was awesome, man. I will say that.
No, he was
right.
UFC, wasn't he?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Brock went to UFC,
Yeah.
and now he's kind of back, and he
Okay.
kind of balances between. Sometimes I think he's
Yeah, I thought he was a legit fighter in some regard.
he definitely is. But no, Rousey was freaking incredible. She was great last night. At least
What's
I
going
thought
on
so.
with that Andre the Giant thing? Weren't they supposed to send us a screener for that?
Yeah, Andre
Yeah,
the Giant on
waiting.
HBO, right? The thing
Yeah.
comes out tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
15th, I thought it was, but I'm not sure. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a response.
All right. Well, anyway, hey, sad news to report. We lost a comedian, voiceover actor, Chuck McCann.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs,
Yeah,
Mike.
I mean, who doesn't remember that from our childhood?
You know, I skimmed that story, and that's the only name that, like, the Cocoa Puff guy who really jumped out at me. The rest of it was like, what, he did, like, voices on Little House on the Prairie or some shit?
Dude, he was Mayor Grafton on the Garfield show.
I don't know who that is.
Hoping you would know who that was. What about Duckworth in DuckTales?
No idea.
Awesome.
I guess E knows.
Yeah, I definitely
He was Heffalump in the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
No.
See, whenever I see the New Adventures of, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not when it mattered.
What, so they put pants on the Pooh Bear, and that's the new style, or what?
That's not
guess.
true, man. Tiny, it's just all you say that, but that's just to me, and I do the same thing myself. But it's just a typical thing of like you like what was when you was a kid, and so then when you're older, you see it, and you're like, I don't like this New Adventures because Tiny Toons was fucking awesome to me.
Tiny
but like,
Toons. Dude,
What are you
Shame
even
on
talking
you,
about?
Jesus.
Shame.
Tiny
Shame.
Toons were awesome.
You're going to
dude.
compare Looney Tunes to Tiny Tunes?
I love Tiny Toons.
Fuck you.
And you know what? When I was a
Shame
kid,
on you.
Looney Tunes seemed boring and old.
Did
and
they have
Tiny
a
Toons
Did they have a
seemed,
tiny Le Pew? Let me ask you that. Did
I don't
they?
remember.
A rapist Le Pew?
Did they?
Don't remember.
Dude, we had
yeah, well.
racist cartoon characters.
I understand.
Sexist cartoon characters.
I remember thinking
you
they
don't
were
go
boring.
thumping a man on his bean. Dude, Foghorn Leghorn?
I remember thinking they were boring, and I remember liking.
I'm kind of
Tiny
with
Toons.
you, E. You know what? I'm
Don't-
going to go middle
don't.
ground here. I'm not that huge a Looney Tunes guy. You love
Derek
that
and I
damn
fucking- dude.
You talk about it like it's your favorite
greatest thing
thing
ever.
It's just not to me. I like the Le Pew. I don't know Tiny Toons, so I can't side with Isis there. But I will not defend you.
Dude,
like
mine
you
was
wanna be
not
defended here, Mike.
Sylvester the Cat and Tweety. Okay, mine was not even. Bugs was the shit. When he was facing off against the monster and stuff, and Witch Hazel, awesome.
Gossamer.
Gossamer, yeah. Some of those were amazing with the Converse shoes on. I mean,
Pete Puma.
dude.
One,
Pete
two.
Puma. Yeah, Pete Puma. But when you got into Le Pew and Puma and the fucking drunk Mexican mice. Everybody knows his sister.
I mean, how many
Well,
times
just-
can you watch the Puma get the lumps? I don't want 2 lumps, 3 lumps. You know?
2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well, my point is not even that Tiny Toons is amazing. My point is just that I remember when I was a kid, those they just seemed old. Tiny Toons was newer, brighter colors, faster animate, whatever. It just seemed newer to me.
Okay.
So your kids have freaking everyone sits here from my generation talking about '90s, Nickelodeon and Hey Arnold and shit, and now your kids listen
Yeah,
to whatever.
dude.
E, how do you feel about Jason the Wheeled Warriors?
See, I don't even know who that is.
Mike? Jason the Wheeled Warriors?
No.
E, Bing it.
Let me guess. Is he in a wheelchair?
No, man. You missed out on Jace and the Wheeled Warriors.
What? You watched the weirdest shit.
No,
you were
dude.
watching Channel 20 or something.
No.
Were you
no.
watching CBC when the rest of us were watching
Me and
normal
Deuce
channels?
watched this every morning before we walked to the bus stop. Deuce would walk through the hedge, he'd come in the back door, and
Sure.
I'd have Jason the Wheeled Warriors on.
All right.
We'd watch this shit. Isis?
Yeah, I got. Do you want? Should I put up a video, or these are just kind of
And
pictures?
for the
of-
record, dude, Looney Tunes was not our generation.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes was just still on then.
Okay, well,
You know, Looney Tunes was made in the 50s and stuff.
here I don't know. I don't know what character. If there's
Pull up a
specific
picture,
character.
man.
Good Lord, you watch some of the dumbest shit ever. I'm
No,
embarrassed
no.
for you.
Pull up one of the fucking wheeled warriors, man.
Are these one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How badass is that, Mike?
Not really. What, dude? It just looks stupid. What is that?
Pull up a YouTube video.
Why does
Let's
that
stop fucking around and
Why
let's
does
see some
that
action.
Why does that tank have curly hair on top of his head? It's absurd.
They were wheeled warriors.
Why does he have a goatee and
even
teeth?
Dude, it was awesome.
He's got like human teeth, dude.
You can't even relate to this show? Like,
I've
you don't
never even heard of it.
I
Wow.
don't know, this appears
Too
to be a
bad.
movie or something. It's like an hour worth of video of it.
There he is. There's Jace.
Gillian built that battle base to go with our 5 defensive vehicles.
Hell yeah, they did.
5 defensive vehicles.
Is that an Indian guy there?
You can tell it's like the same as the Voltron makers, you know?
Dude, that's a
It's
fish
like-
out of water. Why is there a fish out of water
Don't worry
flying
about it.
around?
Dude, this is verging on anime, Jay.
This is...
Like,
You're right.
alright?
That Penny or whatever her name is, you're right. That is
Penny.
sort of...
Thank goodness. I was afraid you were hurt.
Oh, that kid is real strange.
I am not.
See, this is good shit.
This is retarded.
Dude, you gotta see a battle with the
What
wheeled
else was-
warriors.
What else
You
would
know
have
what?
been on another?
Thundercats is the same of this ilk. It's the same animation.
I don't know where
you
the battles are, obviously, but. Sorry.
You guys watch Thundercats, right?
Nah.
Thundercats, ho!
Okay, is this a battle? I don't. Something looks like it's happening.
Nothing?
No.
Actually,
don't
I don't think it looks
recognize
that
this
bad.
at
I don't
all?
recognize
Nothing.
it.
I don't recognize the name. No.
You would watch this
I don't
shit
recognize it, but it doesn't look that bad.
if you're 7.
No use, boy. Ooh, that guy
I
looks
guarantee you
badass.
listeners will remember this. They'll be like, fuck yeah, Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Of course, he pulls up the only video of no wheeled warriors.
Dude, this is like 2 hours. I don't fucking. Okay, there was what it looks like. Here they are.
Check them out, man.
Dude, this is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm embarrassed for you and Derek.
I'm gonna text him right now, dude. Jason the Real Wheeled Warriors. Thoughts? Be like, fuck yeah!
Ugh. So stupid.
I don't know what's happening. But...
Yeah, you guys watch some weird shit. Anyways, Chuck McCann. Some of this, dude, Bob Newhart show he was on.
As what?
I don't know. Starsky and Hutch, St. Elsewhere, Different Strokes. I'd love to know who he was in Different Strokes because I probably saw all of those. Mad About You, DuckTales. Whoa.
Right.
Easus.
Yeah.
The Powerpuff Girls. Animaniacs.
No, I didn't watch Animaniacs. Fuck yeah.
Honestly, the only notable character on there is the Cuckoo for Cocoa
No,
Puffs
dude, he
guy.
just mentioned Animaniacs. Animaniacs was huge, man.
Let me see Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is the guy that died. This is what people
I'll
remember.
nail myself someplace where there's nothing to make me go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. Delicious, munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs. It's part of this good, nutritious breakfast. Cocoa Puffs, man.
Part of a good nutritious
I know. I always
breakfast.
remember that. Like,
He's not in.
what part of it was it?
That's the dessert part.
Munchy, crunchy, chocolatey.
Cocoa Puffs. Yahoo! I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Chocolate flavored like puff balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absurd.
What would they would always have the
They'd have orange
a
juice,
tray,
toast, milk, a glass of milk.
half a
sitting
grapefruit maybe.
there. Part of a nutritious
I
breakfast.
always, dude, that I wonder, like, even as a kid, I remember thinking, like, what part of that
I'm
is?
with you.
Like,
I know.
honestly, I remember
I knew it
thinking,
too.
Did you
like,
think that
I
as
knew
a
it.
kid?
Yeah.
Really?
I knew this was shit for me. I knew it.
Yeah.
It didn't mean I didn't want it, but I
Right.
just knew that, like, yeah, right. I'm not fucking eating
The
healthier.
one that was the worst was when they came out with those, like, was it Cookie Crisp?
Yes.
Cookie. It was like, dude, this is literally a bowl of chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
That's what you're eating right now.
Who doesn't like cookies and milk, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a quick break, and then we've got to get to. You want to see that little shit that's been yodeling in Walmart?
I've seen him, man.
Yeah.
My boys are playing him, all sorts of remixes and stuff.
Really, a lot of remixes for him.
The yodel is an interesting thing, though.
Yeah, I would agree. We'll break him down and see if he's a good yodeler. He is young. I think he's like 11 years old, Mason Ramsey. So we'll get to him and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC listeners, it's Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs. I know it's cold outside, but we all know spring is right around the corner. Hey, TDC listeners, it's Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs. I know it's cold outside, but we all know spring is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Tigers opening day, and we've got you covered. For $45, we'll hook you up with food, drinks, transportation to and from the biggest pregame bash party in Detroit. So make sure you call one of your 5 Metro Detroit locations to book your reservation.
continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. And we'll get to your grievance in just a second here, Jay.
Yeah, it's found me. I need to speak out about this.
I'm in no position to not let you vent that. I don't want that to build in you. But during the break, you texted Deuce, and you CC'd me on it so I can see it. You're just like, Deuce, remember Jason, the
Wheeled Warriors.
wheelchair team family or whatever? Wheeled Warriors, that was it. How badass was that show? Question mark. And so Deuce got back quick. He got back quick.
Let me guess. He doesn't have such fond memories.
Let me reset. He would come rushing through the hedges.
Yeah.
Right into your back door. No knock. I mean, back in those days, doors were unlocked. He'd just walk in and sit down because you guys could not wait to watch Jason and these wheelchair kids.
What? He says he doesn't remember.
He says, quote, Dude,
holy fuck, Deuce just
can't remember
I'm
that
worried
show.
about Deuce's well-being.
Googled it. Still don't remember. I do remember you owe me $1 Canadian, though. I don't know what that's about. Some bet you guys had?
Oh, yeah. Michigan State.
You guys bet $1 Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like a bet you guys would take.
He
Googled it.
This is concerning me.
Yeah. So it didn't leave quite the lasting impression on young Deuce.
For a cartoon lover like Deuce, I really thought. I mean,
Jason and the Wheelchair Family.
I would say he's a
watch
connoisseur. I mean, is he going to say he doesn't remember Thundercats? Is he going to say
remember
he doesn't
Thundercats.
remember He-Man?
He'll remember He-Man.
She-Ra?
Oh, for sure. Was She-Ra the tiger? Which one was the tiger?
She-Ra was like the chick version of He-Man.
Mm.
Are you referring to Tigress?
Is it Tigress that was the
I think so,
yeah.
in Thundercats. Pantera?
All right. What is nipping at you right now? What has gotten your goat?
All right. It hasn't gotten my goat. A grievance has found me. And I think this is universal enough where I feel strongly about this one, that this is going to resonate with a lot of people. I will say that
99% of.
I will say that the two of you are probably, it will resonate the least with the two of you because you don't attend these sorts of events.
Just do it. You don't need to set the table.
Here's the thing. I think most people out there are required to attend a lot of, a variety of events, award events or honors events, band sort of stuff where it's sort of like an exhibition, things like that.
Don't you hate when people have to set the table for their dumb green instead of just laying them out there?
Okay, here we go.
Yes, I do.
When an event MC encourages clapping for multiple irrelevant people instead of using the phrase, please hold your applause until the end.
Yeah.
So, when people are like announcing board members, Linda Smith, John Jones, one at a time, and everybody's clapping for one at a time, instead of just holding your applause, you're going to get better applause at the end. The efficiency is through the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just such a bad move.
I'm going to say bona fide.
Because everybody's thinking the same thing. They're okay, we'll clap for that first guy, and then you go seven deep.
That no one knows, and they're the executive vice,
blah, blah, blah.
whatever, on the board of trustees for the...
Now, here's where I experienced this most recently. And I experienced it twice this weekend, but most recently was yesterday at this percussion event. And so you're talking about a for-profit event. This organization has this competition all over the country. Really, they hold these competitions, and you pay an entry fee as the school. You go to these competitions during the season, and then you end up at the state thing. You pay an entry fee for the team. You pay guest entry fee. I walk in the door. I pay my $15 or whatever it is.
Sure.
They are making a profit. So why the fuck do I care and want to applaud for their board?
Yeah.
So before the awards are announced, you
Jay,
go
they
through.
put this thing together, Jay, and they're answering emails.
How
and
out of
setting
touch is that?
No, it's
the parents are sitting there. They want to know who wins. Like, fine, do the scholarships beforehand. That benefits a kid.
Yeah.
Do the favorite. The all-star whatever that benefits a kid.
Can't you sum that all up in a sentence though, and go, hey, before we get to the awards, we got to thank a few people that made this possible.
That's my
we got
point, man.
Jill Stevenson, Bill Mahalski, Bob Oden Johnson, John whatever. Let's hear it for them, guys. I know they're behind the scenes. Most of you probably don't know who they are, but without them, none of this is possible.
Boom, one applause.
Bang, bang. Is it disrespectful to them? Do they need that? It's
what happens is the 2 or 3 last people barely get any applause because people are like, yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to continue and just give you this
Yeah.
bullshit 3 claps. It is so stupid. We as human beings.
Asking for clapping almost at any point is almost ridiculous. I think that if people feel it, applause will happen. If they feel like an applause should happen, it will
No,
just
because
happen.
we're sheep, dude. All it takes is one asshole in the back. And then it's like, oh, God damn it. All right, I guess we all got to clap now. Because so-and-so did.
How about when people stand to ovate, but not everybody stands to ovate? Is that uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable scene.
Yeah.
It really is. It reminds me a
But
little
people,
bit of...
it seems like people are willing to allow that to occur more than just the clapping, though. Because you're right. If somebody in the back gives a... Everybody has to do it.
Yes, you can
I
start
think it's
clapping.
an easy enough thing, but if you're asking me to stand to ovate...
no, I do not want to stand
and
to
I
ovate.
don't want to,
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Yeah, I won't either. I refuse now, especially as I've gotten older. Look, I'll be honest. I could be sheep. I could be sheeped into standing.
Yeah.
At times when I was younger. Nowadays, it's like, no, dude. With my knees, I'm not fucking standing for you. It
So
reminds me-
bona fide, right?
I'll give you a bona fide for
Jesus.
that.
Sure, yeah.
Jesus, Jay, remember when we had Bob Kelly on the other day?
I do.
And he was like, I want laughter. If I say something that you find funny, you laugh. I don't like the applause breaks, so I can sip my water. Fuck all that. He was on stage the other night, and he got into some diatribe, and boom, hit a home run with it. And the place starts. As soon as they start, he's like, stop it. I don't want your fucking applause. Fuck you and your applause. If it's funny, laugh.
Yeah, I did respect that. I respected that he said it on the show, and then he had an opportunity in real life to put it to practice or preach what he practiced or whatever.
You got this,
Yeah, it worked.
Preach what you practice.
Yep. And it also is very reminiscent on a larger scale, the award shows that we see that are 5 hours
my
long.
God.
And Piers Morgan summed it up. We read that article with him, and he was like, here's how you make these things successful again. Stop doing 3 hours of speeches and blowjob fest to 100 people nobody outside their family's ever heard of. These are inside industry awards. You want to have a special off-camera ceremony for them and blow them, whatever.
You already have the enormous problem of none of us, just Joe Schmoes, knowing what these movies are about.
Yeah.
Because you don't take movies that people really want to see. You take an award, you blow each other on movies that are artsy films or say something socially that we ought to know about or
fall
want
in
to
line
see.
on. What was the one that won the whole thing about the chick that bangs the monster or whatever?
Yeah, she banged the fish, dude.
Yeah, and it was like
Shape of Water.
Yeah, know anybody that's seen that movie? Me either. Of course not. Anyway, the kid that was yodeling in Walmart, he's gotten a lot of press.
It's your first experience with yodeling, Mike, because mine's The Price is Right.
Oh well, yeah,
The Climber.
and God, I hated seeing him go over
Dude,
that edge.
That and
Just hated
Plinko.
it.
I was on the edge of my seat.
The greatest games ever.
Oh my God, those were the 2 best, man.
Yeah, they were.
Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
It's like
I
I
would
was
get
getting
mad.
so close to the top, so close,
Yeah,
and then you go over the edge.
No, stop.
I would get mad if one of those two wasn't. If you watched the whole game and one of those two wasn't in, I'd get mad. I
Oh,
would
dude,
absolutely-
it was rare that you saw those 2.
I know that's my point, but I still would get mad though. That's the point, though. Like I would, I wanted those games.
Would you see
every-
Plinko once every 10 episodes?
Yeah, it wasn't as often as it should have been.
Same thing with The Climber.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Climber
The
was
Climber?
even rarer.
Yeah. I
Where
would
it was
say-
like they'd give you a can of tomato soup, and however many cents you were off.
Yes, that's
So-
how far he would walk. And if you walked past $1 or something, he was off the cliff.
Yeah.
And you were done.
Tough.
The Alps.
Yeah, that's probably all
This
of
is where,
our-
I don't know, if I was E, I would pull up a picture of that at the very least.
Yeah.
But
some audio of that.
just going.
And I almost said
Well,
something.
you're not me, I guess. So
Yeah.
I would
also-
Thank God.
I would
Thank
also pull
God.
up
I
some.
agree.
Every morning.
I
thank
agree.
God.
I agree with that.
I fall on my knees and I say,
do the
"Thank
exact-
you, Lord Jesus."
Trust me, I do the same thing.
That I am
Revolving
not
you.
Big E.
I do the
Yeah.
exact same thing. So
I pray to baby Jesus every night. Thank you, baby Jesus, that I am not Big E.
I don't do that as much with you, Mike. I don't know. I don't hate. I don't have as much disdain for you.
Thank you. I think that was a compliment.
You'd trade places with me in a second.
No fucking
Oh,
way.
yes,
are
you would.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
not for a second.
Dude, just to get
Not-
closet time.
No, I wouldn't. Dude,
Regular
I'm
closet
kidding.
time.
I honestly don't know if he's kidding or not because I wouldn't.
Be able
for
to put a
second.
sentence together, 2 sentences.
I wouldn't do it not only in a second, I wouldn't do it for any money, man.
Really, you wouldn't for $1 million? You wouldn't?
I
trade
like
places
living in
with
my
Jay?
mom's basement and jacking off every day.
I wouldn't do it for a second.
Yeah,
Really? What
you
is
would.
the problem with Jay?
I don't want anything that he had, anything in that life. I don't want anything in that life. I don't want to be married. I don't want kids. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want any of that.
I'm not just talking about things, though, or relationships.
Okay.
You'd trade places with me in a second.
Not
You
even
just-
close.
Oh, my God.
Dude, not even close.
We need a lie detector test in here.
I've been thinking about that a lot. We
that
ought to get
so-
E on a lie detector test.
How fun would that be?
That would be a lot of
So
fun.
we have to have a listener out there, one of our FBI friends or that has access. I think we've asked before.
It has a contact, at least.
Yeah, that we could line E up with a lie
That'd be
detector.
a ton of fun, man.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if
There
we
he
could ask
is.
the questions?
The cliffhanger game. That's what it is.
Yeah, you do it, E.
I don't know, man.
This seems like a new cliffhanger, man. I remember a green-hatted gentleman.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Without like so much graphic behind him.
This might be Dana, or whatever his name is.
Oh, you got this.
I forget his name.
Talking about Drew Carey?
Drew Carey. Maybe it's a Drew Carey version.
Yeah, see, this is the new one.
That doesn't
Pull
count.
up a vintage cliffhanger.
Dude, you need
E.
Eubanks, right? Isn't it? Was it Bob
Oh,
Eubanks
man, it's
or
Bob
Barker?
Barker.
Barker. You need to go old school '80s with that fucking long silver microphone.
Yeah, let's go even dyed brown hair on Barker. Don't even go silver haired. Let's go back in time, my man.
Yeah,
Was there anybody before Barker? Or
No, Barker was it, man.
Why would they update that? Such an iconic thing. Did we really need that
I don't know, man.
distracting mountain landscape behind him?
Dude, this looks the same to me with Bob Barker. I mean, it's an image, but that's clearly Bob Barker.
Yeah, but I think the climber is different. I remember a green-handed
I know,
gentleman.
but Mike got into the landscape, suggesting that.
Yeah, that is the same damn set. I'm surprised by that too, Miguel. But let's see the fucking guy, man. I want to see him up close.
You can't.
Can't you just Bing image the cliffhanger guy?
I did Bing image the cliffhanger guy.
I don't think he did because I bet.
No, let's let him solve this conundrum. While he does that, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900. Ask for Brent Wasick at Wasick Insurance Company. Figured that minute and a half would be enough, but no.
I would just think cliffhangers, Price is Right, 1980s.
Yeah.
Video. Boom.
I'm not going to help, Mike. Not going to help. We're going to suffer through this together. All of us.
You can play it manually.
Just a moment. There's the same for me. But
Okay, let us see it. We'll judge.
The win. It would be a.
There you go. Pull that over.
Dude, the anticipation. It was palpable.
Yeah.
24. How much is the Waffler? $29. Do you know that you could
Barker's
make this
hair,
so
man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
for us if you could get that
Color is not
tableware
found in
exactly
nature.
right, or miss it by only $1 and still
See,
win.
it's different, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he's
It's
got a
like
green
thicker.
hat on
Of
there.
the show. Now, how much is the tableware?
Well, we wouldn't know because you probably closed the window on the other one, right? So now it'd take us 5 minutes to get back to the old one.
How much is that tableware, Jay?
$61. $61.
Are we talking back in '86?
Not even close.
Oh, no, no!
Over the cliff he
Oh!
goes.
How much is the tableware? Wait.
29.
Oh,
62.
shit.
Wow.
if it's different, it's not that much different.
See, that guy looks.
He looks thinner, man.
Yeah.
It's thinner. It looks like he's been climbing more, you know? After years of climbing, maybe he's...
So anyway, we should get onto the yodeling kid.
Oh, yeah.
This is how this started. Young Mason Ramsey. And seems like kind of a ham, kind of a show-off to me because this is the second time he's gone into Walmart. I don't know why. He did it like a year earlier and was sitting in like one of the baskets, you know, with his mom and was yodeling his ass off. And that video went viral. And so now he's got another one where he's just standing up. And I love that people were like, is that Woody from Toy Story?
What is the origin of the yodel? Like, why are there always these little yodeling kids? Where does this come from, man?
I imagine if you were in a mountainous region somewhere and you got some killer echo, a yodel would sound tits maybe bouncing off the mountains. Because isn't it usually like the Swiss Alps or...
Yeah, I mean, that's where the cliffhanger guy was framed.
How that plays into a fucking Walmart with this Woody-looking character from Toy Story.
Yeah, with the high boots and everything.
Yeah, and the red bow tie.
Oh, well, you looked up yodeling. Most experts agree that yodeling was used in the Central Alps by herders calling their stock
or to communicate between alpine villages. The multi-pitched yelling later became part of the region's traditional lore and musical expression. All right, let's hear this son of a bitch. And then get ready to Bing professional yodeler. I want to see how he's doing. Because he's 11, right?
Yeah.
Little Mason here. Mason Ramsey. All right, E.
All I do is set I Lord, that last song did she said goodbye. Well,
This screams homeschool to me.
Oh, fuck yes.
You know what I mean?
Cuts his own hair.
His friends are brothers and sisters, of which he's got 12.
His mom mends his clothes.
For sure.
There's something pleasing about the yodel.
There's something creepy about it, too.
Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah. You can carry a tune, man. What do you mean, E? I mean, obviously, it's not going to compare to a professional yodeler who's just fucking yodeling off the hook. But the dude can carry a tune,
She don't
man.
care about me yodeling.
I mean, it's a country western yodel.
Why is he doing this?
Let me hear. Let me hear.
You don't see the box out in front of him with dollar bills in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, damn, that was pretty good right there.
Yodeling son of a bitch. All right, pause this, little dude. Let me hear a real yodeler. Wasn't Jewel a badass yodeler back in the day?
Yeah.
Was she from Alaska?
I was about to say that. I don't know why I know that.
There you go. That's yodeling.
Dude.
Yodeling.
I always love a good polka and a good yodel.
Yeah.
How is that coming out of him?
I don't know. Can you do it? You could do that.
Fuck no.
You got this, dude, because you get higher than I can. Yodelidly.
Is that a brush on his head?
Hell yeah, it is.
It's actually kind of awesome.
Reminds you of your lederhosen, doesn't it, E?
Dude,
Yeah,
throw on your
right.
wooden shoes, Jake. Throw on your wooden
Dude, we're
shoes.
totally mixing cultures, Mike.
Close, though.
No, it's not.
It is.
The Dutch?
Yeah, the Dutch and the...
What are you even... What?
Hell yeah.
Look at him go, man.
Hell yeah. See if you can find Jewel yodeling. I want to see how Jewel is as a yodeler. 'Cause she's got an amazing voice, but it looks like we'll be seeing more of Ramsey. I don't know if you knew this, Jay, but Walmart announced in a tweet. I bet he goes back and does the squiggly with them. Open.
Imagine, yeah.
They released a tweet last week that the 11-year-old is getting his very own concert. And he yodeled his way into our hearts and aisles. So we're putting on a concert at his local Walmart to let him shine. Does that count as your own concert?
What a bunch of bastards. Opportunistic, you know. Like
Yeah.
this little kid. Yeah, you can yodel at our Walmart anytime.
All right, here's Jewel.
Up on a mountain, so gay and so free.
Oh, she fixed her teeth.
No, she hasn't fixed her teeth.
I don't know if I should just fast forward to where it says she yodels in this.
No, she didn't fix her teeth.
Out on the lake.
Yeah, fast forward it, E.
Hush,
Oh, I guess.
It's fine, E. Leave it.
upon a summer's eve.
Hell yeah.
So weird.
Oh, moonbeams were shining as I
It's like a weird technique with your throat or something. I mean, how do you even make that reverberation, you know?
I think it's just going into that falsetto and then right back into...
I think there's more to it. I think there's physically more to it than that.
Do you think it has anything to do with those tits?
No.
No? Because did you see them there, how good they looked? She kicked me off her tour bus once.
Really? What'd you do? What'd you touch?
Is this a Me Too thing, Mike? Or?
Yeah. She was sleeping. We were trying to party. She was dating Poltz at the time. And we were in Berkeley, and she had some concert. He's like, well, let's try and get her. And we go up on the bus, and she's like, get the fuck out of here, you assholes. God, that is dope, though.
Yeah.
So I don't think Mason's got the skill, dude. At 11, I mean, he's...
Oh, he's got great potential.
You think so? You see the potential in him?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. We'll play this out. I mean, I don't know how hard it'll be to get tickets to his concert.
He's
at
been
Walmart.
vined and memed like crazy, though, the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Do we have time for one more before email E? I can't see the clock, so do me a favor and get that out of there. E brought me this story yesterday about an airport worker. One of these, one of the guys that's doing the either loading baggage onto a plane before it takes off,
or he's got the mini lightsabers.
Yeah, he's got the mini lightsabers and doing his thing. And usually they're wearing the big headphone, ear canceling things. And so you could see those people out there on the tarmac or wherever before your flight takes off. Well, some chick sees one, and I don't know where they are, China or something. I guess they're in China. And she sees him, and she's like, that dude is hot as shit. Starts filming him. And then she uploads it. Of course, it goes viral. A lot of people.
Do we have him?
Well, the general consensus is he's truly a handsome man. A lot of people said he resembled the actor heartthrob Soon Joong Ki, and it's like, dude, Soon Joong Ki
Such
is
a unique look. So
just
starkly reverent.
Well, just a handsome man.
Yeah,
handsome man. So I don't know if I'd go as far as saying, oh yeah, he's as hot as Soon Joong Ki. But what ended up happening was this thing went so viral that his bosses called him into the office, and they're like, yeah, 1 million people see this video. And so they call him in, and he gets disciplined. And they said, in part, taking into consideration influential impact the video has made, the aggravated penalty must be applied. They took 10% of his salary.
Why?
Because his shirt wasn't tucked in.
Oh,
yeah.
Caught.
There's no sound to this, really.
Let me say this, man. This guy looks like a standard Chinaman.
Yeah. He's wearing sunglasses.
You think? I don't even think he thinks.
He's got the hands.
Honestly, man, he looks like just a standard dude.
Yeah. I would kind of agree. I mean, dude, honestly, Song Joong Ki? No.
Not even in the same realm.
Stop it. It's insulting to Mr. Key, excuse me. So they cut his pay. They cut his pay by 10%.
Oh man!
Officially,
like in perpetuity?
I guess. They said officially the reported reason was his shirt wasn't quite tucked in and he had hand in the pocket.
It's very embarrassing to their
and they say the real problem was their social media over there. Tick-a-tuck. 1 million people saw it.
He dishonored that business.
He ends up taking to social media to say, honestly, I still feel quite happy because it's not easy to become so famous that quickly.
He'll take the 10% hit.
Hell yeah. My company did nothing wrong. It was my fault for not keeping with correct standards in terms of dress code and the behavior. And so he's cool with eating 10%.
Okay.
And I'm like, what a bunch of shit, man. This guy's just doing his job, walking on the tarmac, looking sort of hot.
Did he break the rules, Mike?
Who knew you had to have your fucking shirt tucked in?
The rules clearly state that, Mike. The uniform policy.
So, anyway. Well,
you know everybody's watching you. That's all you do on a plane. If you have a window seat, like, prior to takeoff, that's all you do is watch those guys with the mini lightsabers and stuff.
Yeah. You're just looking to see if you can catch one of them.
You watch the stairs go flying by at 30.
Yeah. Well, I'm always watching them, hoping that I can see one of them, like...
You're hoping to see your bag go on the plane, right?
Which I never do.
Never, ever see that.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see one of them, like, get frustrated and chuck a bag.
Yeah.
Or chuck a guitar into the thing.
Or open it up and take something out, put it in his pocket.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, didn't some pilot go viral this weekend too? Some hot pilot, like he's doing selfies. Did you guys read about that too?
No.
Yeah, some guy.
Was he hot?
You know, he seemed to me to be just an average-looking dude, but for whatever reason, these things.
Scale of 1 to 30.
I think he's in that average, like everyday guy kind of thing. So he's probably like an 8, an everyday guy.
Okay.
You know, if I remember correctly, like
so an 18. So if you put him in the middle category, he's not ugly, he's not hot, which would be 20 to 30. He's not ugly, which would be 1 to 10.
Oh wait! I was thinking he was in the lowest category, and I was giving him an 8. So
an 18 then. You're
no,
putting him
I'm
in
not
the middle
going
category.
Middle category, probably a 14, I guess.
Wow. 15. Yeah, but you're a harsh critic. I bet he's hotter than you're saying.
Pull him up, E.
I'd like to see him. I don't know if we know who you're talking about. Hot pilot?
Yeah, pilot selfie, hot, viral. Those are the types of things I would put into the Bing machine if I were on it. But that's not gonna happen.
Is he mustachioed?
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Cabin Crush. Pilot wins thousands of.
Oh, he's got a 6-pack? Oh, no. He thinks he's a fucking 30.
Yeah.
He thinks he's hot as shit. I don't like his greasy hair.
Right? What would you rank that guy?
He's hotter than a 14 when you see him.
I guess I didn't see him unclothed.
Yeah, unclothed.
I just saw him in his pilot outfit with like the snapping a picture. Yeah, he's hotter than a 14.
Yeah, he knows it though. That knocks him down a couple pegs.
Yeah.
I like the brilliantly beautiful man that doesn't fully understand how hot he is. Like that's my favorite hot man. He just truly
name some of those, please.
Doesn't know how hot he really is.
You name a man
He's
that's
just a
really
humble,
hot that doesn't
He's
know?
just a humble, gorgeous, beautiful beast of a man.
If you had to re-rank this, Mike, after I said 14, I will agree he's hotter than a 14.
Yeah.
If you go ahead and rate him, put him back up, E. Wow.
I would give him.
We're still talking about the fucking story. Why would you close that window? Let alone move it off the fucking screen. I don't understand what's going on with this guy.
Yeah, it's part of being retarded. Is what it severely retarded. And he couldn't stop scrolling.
So what is the deal? He's not in the ugly category. He's not in like the hottest of hot, or is he? Is he a low hottest of hot? Is he like a 21 or 22?
Look, if someone said fuck that, he's a 21.
If somebody said this guy's a model, would you say bullshit? I wouldn't.
No, I could see him doing a fucking stupid T-shirt campaign, or
I'm gonna give him a 22 or 23.
Really, just based on the him removing his clothes.
Well, just based on the 3 images that he's just pulled up.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Do you think he's hotter?
No, I don't. I'm not crazy about his hair. I think his nose could use a little work. I think he thinks he's really hot, which, like I said, knocks him down a peg or two.
Yeah, that's a bad shot right there.
Yeah. Is that a Jenner?
That is a Jenner, isn't it?
Yeah,
a Jenner before a tit job.
Yep. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I wonder if he banged that Jenner.
Early Jenner.
See, there I could be on board with a 21. The first picture, I'm going 18, and I'm taking it down to a 16.
Why?
Because he thinks he's hot shit.
Well, kind of looks like he is.
Can you take that away? See, that's the one I saw. Just him in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Do you want him flying your plane?
No, he looks like he's a little obsessed with himself, a little narcissistic.
I don't want him taking photos.
But how do
like
you
this
put
of
that guy
himself.
under a 20? In good conscience,
That's
Mike,
incredible.
can you put him under a 20?
You think he's incredible?
No, I said it's incredible that you think that he would be in the I guess the average category.
So you find him to be stunningly gorgeous?
No, I was saying like Jay. I'm saying 22.
22, 23.
I'm agreeing with Jay. That's what I'm saying.
So E finds him hot. Jay finds him hot. I'm right there with you guys. Except I think he'd take a couple notches off because I wish he didn't know how hot he was.
I don't think that's fair.
I still want you
I don't
to
think
point
that's
out-
fair.
And I'm going on record right now as saying if he's flying my plane, I'm getting off my plane. I don't need my pilot taking airborne selfies. You know what I mean?
I still want to know.
I want who's the guy that fucking landed on the Hudson? Sully Sullenberger. I want a mustachioed, silver-haired man flying my plane.
73-year-old.
I got to be honest. When I found out I had a female pilot when it came over and was like,
The current temperature in Detroit is blah, blah, blah.
on one of the last flights I took, I was just like, all right, don't be a sexist asshole. She's probably great
Did you really think that?
at flying a plane. She's probably awesome.
Did that really cross your mind?
Damn it, I wish Sully was in that flight right now.
That
flying my
honestly
plane.
crossed your mind?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
That's telling, man.
Yeah. Isn't that telling? Isn't that awful?
That kind of is.
Yeah,
like, that's
it's terrible.
monstrous.
It's terrible.
I more want to know who are these hot guys that don't know they're hot, and you think that they're like you keep saying this guy that that is hot but doesn't really act like it. Who do you put in that category?
Well, you don't see them much, E.
Oh,
they're
okay.
a rare find. They're not taking 100 selfies and posting them all over.
So isn't that bonus points though? If he's a guy who just doesn't he's just fumbling around, he doesn't even know he's hot, and look at him up, I'll jack him up a couple points.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, don't you have to be honest and go, yeah, the guy's probably a 22, 23.
Yeah, fine. We'll give him a 22, 23. Fine. He's
Look at those little
gorgeous.
yellow pants he has on.
Those little panties. But I think we all agree we wouldn't want him flying our plane.
Yeah.
Do we have any email? I gotta get out of
Do
this.
we have any time?
I don't know. I didn't expect us to talk 5 straight minutes about how hot
We're out
this
of
guy
time,
was.
man. We'll save
All
the
right.
rest for tomorrow.
All right. Boy, this feels like the gayest room it's ever been, at least in a long, long time.
What? I mean, you can't be honest. The guy's gorgeous.
Sorry, I didn't expect an Adonis to be thrown up on the screen like that for full debate. Anyway, have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll hopefully you'll join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, Joe,